So Harley just sent us a giant motorcycle-sized box, but the problem with that is bikes don't get shipped to people like this. So I have no idea what it is. I know exactly what this is.
What is it?
You know when you're a kid and you promise your mom, like, I'll clean the house 1,000 times for the next 3 years if you buy me this bicycle or something like that?
Yeah.
I may have did that with Harley Davidson.
Really?
I may have over-promised.
What did you do?
Well, Harley Davidson, I'm pumped about your new Sportster S. If you send me one, I'll turn it into a flat track bike. I don't know.
And now we have a Sportster S.
And now we have a Sportster S. So I don't, how are we gonna? So we gotta learn how to flat track. We gotta figure out how to turn this into a flat track bike. What type of horsepower does flat track bikes have?
All of it.
They have a lot?
All of it. I don't know.
It's 120 horsepower.
Oh, it'll go sideways easy.
That's what we're looking for.
So hold on. You promised Harley Davidson, the motor company, that if they send us a Sportster S, we were going to turn it into a flat tractor.
I said some more stuff. I said we were going to do a lot of awesome stuff with it and turn it into a flat tracker. But that's what they really grabbed onto. They're like, we like that idea.
And now they just send us a Sportster S.
And this is what's going on right now. How do we get this box open? So I've unboxed a lot of motorcycles out of crates before. Never anything domestic or Japanese. Everything, it's always been, let's be honest, it's always been like Chinese junk. I'm excited to see how this is put together. Dang! Check it out. Harley Davidson, they know my love language. Take drives, yeah! All right, so just got off the phone with my boy at Harley Davidson. This was one of their earliest generations of this bike. I mean, it's a brand new bike, it's a brand new generation. This is the first year it came out. This is one of the earliest ones that came out, and this is one of their demo and press release bikes. That's why it has 653 miles on it. Cruise control?
Yep. Traction control.
Talking control.
Talking controls. And I think it gives it like an extra speed, and it makes you yell.
That's what's going on with this. Let's get it out. I'll hop on it. Get this thing out of here, Craig.
Can't wait to uncrate this and ride it.
Look at me, Ma. All right, so I'm pretty excited. Let's fire this thing up. Let's figure out what we've got going on here. Bam.
Yeah.
Craig, tell our friends the first thing you got to do every time you get a new motorcycle.
First thing I always do is check the tire pressure. I check the oil. I like to read the owner's manual, make sure I'm not missing anything.
I like to start all my new bikes with a burnout.
Or I guess you just start with burnouts.
I got sticky. That's what happens when you don't have a fender on your bike.
It's hot.
I love this color. I love this white.
Yeah,
really
it's
cool.
pretty sick.
So the other day we were at Appalachian Harley Davidson, and I was talking to my boy Brandon, and I said, you know, because they were hyping up these bikes, like they're supposed to be really, really, really fast. And I was like, which one would be faster, the Sportster S or my very stock, very plain, very boring Road King Special? He told me that'll beat it on the start. This will take it after the dig.
I believe it. So these motors are only going to come alive at like 6,500 RPMs and higher.
You think so? You
Yeah.
think this is faster than my?
You're going to be hitting max numbers and max things here. 4,500 RPM would be my guess.
I got more gears.
You're going to have the same number of gears.
Let's find out. Which one do you want to drive?
I don't care.
Flip for
it.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. Who gets what? The pick? Winner gets picked. Best out of 3.
Winner gets to pick.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. What? Okay, all right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ah, tied up.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah.
Ah! All right, you pick.
Oh man.
You want the winner or the loser? Which pick?
I'm the rock paper scissors championship. I'm taking the 131.
Ooh. All right. All right, Craig, here are the rules. No speeding, and don't break any laws. and no speeding, and don't break any laws, and don't die.
Okay.
So this is unlike any Harley Davidson I've ever ridden. It's the power is all mid and top end, you know, almost similar to like a sport bike. Well, similar to a 600cc sport bike where it's pretty low on the bottom end. Okay, just to clarify, if you're not aware, this is not a stock Harley Davidson Road King with the 82 horsepower 114 motor. This bike has been fitted with the largest and most powerful engine ever to come out of Milwaukee, putting 140 horsepower and 140 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels. And our plans for this bike is to eventually turbocharge and take it over 200. All that to say, it's pretty quick for a Harley Davidson. So after a few passes, it was pretty clear that the Sportster S was really, really fast. But we decided to switch bikes just to make sure it wasn't the rider.
Wow, completely different feel.
And then with me on the Road King, it appeared to be even faster than the Sportster S. So now I don't know what to believe except for both bikes are fast.
I can't go any faster.
And then the scariest thing to ever happen to either of us on the road happened. Oh no, Craig, we're all gonna die.
Oh,
Craig!
oh, no!
Oh, I'm losing control! My heart is beating out of my chest. So I was blown away. I mean, I think the end result is that bike is incredibly fast. There may be only one Harley Davidson ever made that's faster than that bike, and that's a Destroyer. There's not, V-Rods are not that fast. They're fun, you know what I mean? But the Destroyer is the only thing that may be faster than that bike, and just because that was a drag race motorcycle, it's not even street legal. I'm gonna let all you guys down. I did read some of the manual. This thing has wheelie control. It's got wheelie control. I didn't read long enough in the manual to figure out how to do it, but there's different mode settings, and somewhere in here is actual wheelie control. So in the different settings, it stops you from going up a certain amount. This thing needs wheelie control, and let me explain to you why. Have you seen guys on these Harley Davidsons doing wheelies? They are out of control. Those guys are out of control. They're dragging their tails, they're dragging their body, their bags, they're dragging their exhaust. They're causing thousands of dollars of damage every time they ride this thing. Those guys are out of control. You need a little bit of wheelie control on this motorcycle. All right, so to give you guys some context, the Atom back there does 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. That used to be fast, it's not that fast anymore. A good fast 600 Super Sport is gonna do 0 to 60 in somewhere around 3 seconds. One of the fastest Harley Davidsons ever made, the Harley Davidson Destroyer, a pro street, like a drag bike that was not street legal, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. And then most like Hayabusas and GSXR 1000s and leader bikes are gonna do it in somewhere around 2.8, 2.6. The problem is those bikes are not really made for the 0 to 60, but they're just made to be fast everywhere. My question is, how fast is this thing in 0 to 60? When we looked it up, there's no information on it. There's not a single article. No one's tried it. No one's tested it. I've got no idea. This could be one of the fastest Harley Davidsons ever made in 0 to 60. So let's go try it out. So my goal here is to dial in the best way to configure this bike to get the fastest possible 0 to 60. So first I ran it on sport mode and dumped the clutch around 2200 RPMs. And I did that for a few times, but it was not getting me to 60 as fast as I thought it should. So then I changed the mode to my custom-made B mode, which allowed me to give it full throttle response and no engine braking. And I could tell a big difference in the acceleration, but it still didn't help my launch. Then I realized the big mistake that I'd been making the entire time, and that was keeping traction control on, because it's traction control and not launch control. So after turning it off and getting my launch just right, I was ready for my best 0 to 60. But the big question was, will it be fast enough to overthrow the legendary Harley Davidson Destroyer at 3.1 seconds? Now I got tricked once before getting a motorcycle where I thought it was a motorcycle and we took it apart, it ended up being a scooter. We gotta take this thing apart to make sure it's not a scooter. Come on, Craig.
Okay.
We're taking stuff apart. All right, right, so I think it's concluded. Craig, is it a scooter or not?
I'm going to say motorcycle. It is not a scooter.
I'm going to say motorcycle. Looks very motorcycle-ish.
Look at that. We got it all together, and there's no extra bolts or pieces.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
All right, so last time I reviewed a new Harley Davidson, they grossly underrated the miles per gallon. That was actually an electric bike, and it did way more than what they said it could do in total range. This thing claims, Harley Davidson claims that this thing can do 43 miles to the gallon. I don't believe them. I think they're lying to us. I think this thing can get better miles per gallon than that.
Than this?
My 2021 Honda Trail 125 that claims 110 miles to the gallon. We're gonna suck this thing dry, put 1 gallon in it, suck that thing dry, put 1 gallon in it, and see who can get the farthest.
All right.
And I'm gonna win. Full suck.
It's pretty dry.
Let me fill you guys in. A lot of you guys wonder, and people comment about like, Sean, why do you wear glasses inside? Why do you wear glasses all the time? Honestly, there's something wrong with my eyes. They're incredibly they're super dry, and I'm just constantly blinking them, and I can't stand seeing me blink my eyes that many times on camera. I assume it's gonna drive everyone else nuts. I just cover them up. I do have an appointment with an eye doctor or an optometrist, something like next level eye doctor, but hopefully I get that fixed. But it's horribly dry. I'm not trying to be like a movie star, you know what I mean? So we sucked the fuel out of both bikes until they wouldn't run anymore, and then we put exactly 1 gallon of gas in both of them. You see, we're gonna go on the highway, and we're gonna max out what Craig's bike can do. And we're gonna be barely touching what my bike's capable of. You only need a little bit of power to keep this thing moving. That's why a bike, you could have a bike this size that has 20 horsepower, 15 horsepower. Craig's bike, I think, has 7 horsepower. So I got 120, and if I'm not using it, that's gonna make this bike real efficient, I think. I think that's how it works.
Yo, I got almost a full tank.
Are you serious?
I'm 1 bar down.
I'm not gonna take the RPM past 2,200. Exactly what Dan thinks he's filming up there. So I've made a lot of pretty wild claims in my days, like the time I saw Bigfoot at Chick-fil-A, or the statistics that I frequently make up just to prove a point. But to try and say that this 1250cc Harley Davidson can achieve better miles per gallon than a 125cc scooter is pretty bold. But here's my theory. In these circumstances, his bike is running at full capacity, max speed, non-stop, which is the most inefficient way for his bike to run. Where my bike, the Harley Davidson, is effortlessly cruising and using almost none of the power that it has. I'm in 5th gear going 30 miles an hour at 2,000 RPM. Tell me this thing's not just sipping. If it could get better miles per gallon, then why wouldn't Harley have said so? And the reason is they create these numbers in real-world driving situations, the way a normal rider would actually ride this bike. So when they say it does 43, you might actually get 43 the way a normal rider would drive it. But beating this Honda is not going to be easy, if it's even possible. Also, when I started, my fuel light was on and said 18 miles left to go, where Craig's Honda said 5 out of 6 bars of fuel. And all this box motorcycle stuff reminds me of one of my favorite Bible verses, Isaiah 41:10. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not anxiously look about you, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you. Surely I will uphold you with my righteous hand. All right, so I've done 28.7 miles. That says I got 11 miles left. I doubt that. Yeah, Craig's really breaking that thing in. He's rolling at like 6. Form there, Craig.
49.3 miles, I'm blinking. 49.4 miles, I'm blinking. 50 miles and I'm blinking.
Nope. Any throttle? Nothing. 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 Nothing.
He's out! He's out! I think Craig thinks he's back in, but he is not. He is out. And I am still crushing it.
That's all she wrote. 67.5 miles.
Yeah! We did it! We beat that Honda. In your face, Honda. Now that is our exit. We made it back, but we're not stopping. We're gonna see how far this thing can go. That's it. See how far we can coast. Well, we are tapped out. 73 miles. That's where that fence post is. 73 miles.
I got 67 and change. Right, yeah.
But then I hit that post.
We just went 70 miles and you found the only hole in the fence.
I know, it was awesome. So I think to all of our surprise, this thing has an engine 10 times bigger. It has like 15 times more horsepower, and it's bigger in every way, and it still beat out the Honda in miles per gallon. That's incredible. It wrapped things up at 73 miles per gallon, almost double what Harley Davidson actually said it could do. So guys, I'm actually pretty excited about this bike. We will flat track this. I gotta learn how to flat track. I gotta find a place to flat track. We got some ideas. Do you want to see us throw it out of an airplane? We'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe and check out this video right here.